Hello my hungry friends! Today we're making Polish breakfast. Scrambled eggs with sausage and scrambled eggs with dill pickles. Before we continue, I'd like to thank a few of our channel donors and supporters. Thank you to Robert Geneczko, Gloria Wajda, Norma Kozlowski, Meredith Tajtko, and Faye Dworczak. Your donations are greatly appreciated.
Yeah, they are. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back, friends. This is Polish Kitchen, and here I teach you how to make delicious Polish food. And today we're making two types of scrammies, also known as scrambled eggs. You have your family home, it's Sunday morning, and you want to impress them. And so I'm going to teach you how to impress today. Impressing with Polish food.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than dry scrambled eggs. I'll teach you how to make non-dry scrambled eggs, and you're going to learn how to appreciate them. Because I know you like them, but you shouldn't. So if you go to polishkitchen.com, you're going to find a recipe for scrambled eggs with sausage. But I'm also adding a second recipe for scrambled eggs. And get this, you have not ever seen this before. Scrambled eggs with dill pickles and dill. That's a new one.
I know it sounds weird, but it's good.
It sounds so weird, but trust me on this one. So you have your friends and family at the table waiting to serve, and you are almost ready. So you're gonna heat your pan, you're gonna start your engines, and by that I mean heat your pan. And I've already cut up my sausage. I'm using a nice smoked Polish sausage. I guess you could do bacon as well if you wanted to. I would dice it and into small dice pieces. And I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in there because my sausage is quite lean. And that's gonna start melting. And I also have chopped onion, and I like to do quite small chop. And as our butter is melting and the onion hit my nose, I'm gonna start crying pretty soon. We're gonna try to avoid it as much as possible. And so we're gonna do 4 eggs, and I used about this much sausage, but that's completely personal. You can do however much you want. You can do more, you can do less, or whatever. My mouth's watering. So I'm putting my sausage nicely diced into my pan, and I'm gonna wait for it to get a little color on it before adding the onions.
So, you made a wonderful comment about Americans' dry eggs. And I would beg to differ, but what do you mean by that, and what's the difference between Polish dried
eggs?
Like somewhere else in Europe eggs and American eggs in your experience?
Okay. So I noticed that Americans like their fried eggs runny a lot, right? They do over easy or over medium a lot.
Also, but
I know, but
yes.
I've noticed that not as much in Poland.
Right.
That
yes,
runny fried eggs is normal. But runny scrambled eggs, on the other hand, I've never seen. And that's when I noticed it for the first time that Americans like their scrambled eggs on the dry side.
You mean cooked?
Cooked.
Yes.
Dry.
Cooked.
Okay, before this starts burning in our discussion, let me turn this down a little bit, and I'm gonna add my onions. And onions as well, you can do as much as you want. For 4 eggs, I'm gonna do probably about 2 tablespoons. And give this a little stir and let them cook for a little bit. But, okay, so going back to dry eggs.
Cooked eggs.
Cooked. Well, here in Poland, there's also a variety that could go from one to another. I feel I like my eggs, as you will see, kind of in the middle, where they're not super dry, but you can't see the yolks running in the scrammies anymore. But I do have friends here that like their scrambled eggs completely runny.
Yeah, they're like, it's almost like they just congealed enough and then it's eggy.
Yeah, well, not for them. So, but we went to France not long ago, and how did they like their eggs? They were super runny.
They just walked them through a warm room.
Yeah, and
really.
So you kind of have to, so bottom line, what is your favorite way to enjoy scrambled eggs?
I like them between the traditional American fully cooked and your version. So, like, in the pan for 10 more seconds than what you like.
But there's, what'd you say? they're just congealed.
Yours are more than that, the French ones.
Yeah.
They're just like...
But you gotta admit though, there's cooked and there's like sawdust dry.
There's nothing I have to admit. I don't have to admit anything.
Yes, okay. But if you go to a restaurant in the States,
They'll be fully cooked.
they'll be fully dried.
No, cooked.
I disagree. Our onions are looking nice and translucent. That's probably enough. So now we don't really have a lot of time. And so into this batch, we're gonna go put, so we have sausage, onions, and I'm gonna put 4 eggs. And I also have chopped some green onions that we'll garnish our eggs with. So I know Gordon Ramsay says not to put salt in your eggs, but I don't know if I can do that. A few eggs need salt. So I'm gonna...
He just says salt them
at the end.
At the end, but Jamie Oliver salts them while he's whisking. So.
So I'm gonna do a pinch of salt, and I'm just gonna whisk them lightly. And we just want to break up the yolks a little bit, and yolks on yolk. And you can add as much pepper as you like as well. And we don't add milk to ours, so it's just eggs. And that's gonna go in. And now I like to turn my heat way down, so the pan is still hot a lot, and I'm just kind of moving my eggs about, and they're slowly just becoming cooked. Just a few minutes. And when we're almost done with this, I'm gonna throw in the green onion and do a last stir. Not even a stir, I'm just kind of flipping them upside down. And that would be it for me. What do you think? How is this for you?
Yeah, I would go another 10 seconds for me, but for
Yeah.
you, that's done. If you don't get them off, they're gonna be over.
I'm just gonna put them all on the plate because I don't want them cooking anymore. So if this is a little bit too loose for you, obviously cook them as much as you like, but try just going 10 seconds under your usual. And then we can do one last sprinkle of green onions. And they will transform your normal breakfast because they're delicious. Good thing I had breakfast. Delicious. There's sweet onion in there I can taste, and the green onion definitely adds a little bit more punch, and the smoked sausage is just delicious. Would you like some?
Yes.
I'll give you a good bite. Yeah,
Very good.
good side of nice hearty bread. No,
Needs 10 more seconds.
no, it doesn't. So this recipe I was first introduced to when we were staying with our friends, and she was making breakfast. Greetings to my friend Gosia. I'm putting a couple of, maybe 1 tablespoon of butter in here. We're staying with them, and Gosia was making breakfast, and she said she'll make us eggs the way her grandma used to do. And her grandma came from the east side of Poland to this region after the war. So I was curious, how is it that we've not had these eggs before, or in this way? So I'm like, sure, I'll try it. And she says it has pickles in it. I'm like, that sounds interesting, but I never say no to food. So she made them, and I was impressed, was probably not enough of a word. So we're gonna start with the onion this time, because pickles just have to get heated up, but they're not getting cooked really. So again, I'm using 4 eggs and probably as much onion as you want, but I'm probably gonna do about 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. And these have to saute just a little bit to get cooked. And when our onions get a little cooked and brown around the edges, give them a little stir, and we're gonna add our pickles. And I have, so I'm using pickles and brine, and I'll link the recipe right here somewhere here. And you can click on that and watch the video on how to make those at home. The pickles that are fermented in just salty brine, opposed to vinegar-based pickles. They work the best in this recipe. You can make your own, or you can hopefully get them online, maybe at our friends at Bachika. Sell a really nice variety. So I just put those in, and I'm gonna give this a stir. So key to this is low heat, because you don't want anything burning, and better to take your time with the eggs. And I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper into my eggs. And then I'm gonna be a little bit easier on the salt because the pickles are a little bit salty too. So I'm just gonna do a small pinch. And give these a whisk. Also not adding any sour cream or oat milk to that. And as this is heating, I am gonna slice my dill because I forgot. Let's just give them a quick chop, huh? I'll take this much. And you'll be surprised of how nice and delicious this is. And this, I guess, doesn't have to be a breakfast item, right?
No, you can have
this
Brenner.
could be Brenner, breakfast for dinner. And these are nice and warm now. So I'm gonna add dill, followed by my eggs. And again, the cooking, the temperature of your egg will depend on how you like them, but try going 10 seconds under what you normally do. And dill is mixing in nicely here. Green eggs and ham.
Oh my goodness! Minus the ham.
Minus the ham, which we can also do on the side, no?
Yeah.
As this is just drying up a little bit.
No, cooking.
Cooking, and turn down the heat and grab a plate and give this a gentle flip from the bottom up. And it's amazing how this reminds me, I guess, a little bit of pickle soup, because you're warming up pickles, which I think generally for an American who's never had anything to do with pickle soup, or I guess pickle soup, would think that's a foreign. It is.
It is a foreign
It's a
smell,
foreign-
but pickle soup is amazing.
Yes.
So if y'all haven't tried that, go out and watch that recipe next.
Right. I say that's good. Turn this off. Serve it again with nice hearty bread and enjoy it. Enjoy a new dish. We could even get crazy about it and throw a little bit more down top.
That looks delicious.
It looks delicious. Let's taste it. I hope you make this right away. It's amazing. Crunchy pickle. Doesn't even need any more salt because of a bit of saltiness in the pickle. It makes sense to me. From the first time I had it, I'm like, yep, I'm writing that one down. I hope you do too. You can go to PolishYourKitchen.com for more recipes, and join us on Fridays when you close our kitchen and go explore Poland and culinary Poland and a little bit of a history too. We'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoy. Please say yes and click the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Smacznego! Oh wait, I need a different fork.
Whoa, take that one.
Army fork?
That's a good one.
Oh, I need another fork.